Went with the normal difficulty, huh? That'd be my pick for a first playthrough. Nice to see someone with some sense around here for once.
Nature made apples, but Auntie Fizzo's made them better with Auntie Cleo's patented mock apple cider.
Swear, I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark, guaranteed moneymaker, favorable terms. Practically the recipe for success. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had the perfect opportunity just slip through your fingers? You caught that, huh? Perceptive sort. I'm having what some would call an existential crisis here, meaning the success of my existence is presently hanging in the balance. I had just the thing to get me a fast-track promotion to lower middle management. Now you seem like someone who knows a good deal and wouldn't be adverse to helping me out. It's like this. I agreed to meet with a business associate to finalize a deal, but the location got set for Spire Grove. Problem is, you been outside of Fairfield? The funicular to Spire Grove broke recently, so I got no way to get up there. I'd break my neck scaling that cliff for sure. There's a long way around, but it's not for me. Why, the path there might be lousy with raptidons for all I know. It wasn't before, but mayhap they were just lulling me into a false sense of complacency, so they can strike. While exploring facilities to the north, my partner unearthed a heretofore unexploited advanced protectorate technology. Couldn't or wouldn't go into details, but he promised every household would want one, that it'd revolutionize the daily life of Auntie's Choice citizens. Typical research type, focused on all the wrong things. Not particularly motivated by competition or social advancement. Strange bird. Pitched him the dumbest deal I could think of. Told him I'd trade him my entire tossball card collection for schematics or a prototype. Said sure. Complete rube. Didn't even ask about condition. My Kelvin Tran rookie card isn't even ultra fine. Got a piece of nicotine chewing gum stuck to it. Opportunistically leveraging difficult predicaments. That's the Auntie's Choice way. I have a few bits I can offer you. Not much, but if it turns out a roaring success like it ought to, and I get a fat promotion, I promise I'll see you're taken care of later. Splendid. Go parlay with Jackson Plum up at Spire Grove. It's some kind of agricultural harvesting encampment southwest of here, near a mess of them rocky spires. He'll provide the agreed-upon schematics. The broke-down funicular is due west of here. Dexterous-looking so-and-so like yourself could probably scarp her up it in a jiffy. From there, it's just up the hill a smidge. So close, but so far away. At least for me, anyhow. Truth is, haven't the slightest. You know the Protectorate have all the most advanced technology, though. Probably something straight out of an Aetherwave serial. Edible spacesuits, N-ray specs, matter translocation. It could be anything. If Jackson's all fired up about it, it'll be beyond comprehension, I'm sure. All right, then. Don't let me keep you.
The door of this stuff? They must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns, armor, probably some ammunition, too. Honestly, Kemp ain't that much of a mystery.
Leave me be. I have no interest in dealing with the machinations of you dark marketers today. Have you too come to mock me like your fellow dullards? Perhaps if you rub together your only 2 brain cells, you might even come up with something approaching cutting. No. Wait. You're not some corporate simpleton, are you? On the contrary, you have the manner of an officer about you. Someone who understands the substantive weight of command. Please, allow me to start over. I am Warden Sterling, dedicated servant of the Protector of Arcadia and caretaker of worlds, the Sovereign Henry Varick. I'm not that kind of warden. It's a title of distinction for those who serve in the Protectorate military, short for Warden of the Realm. And if I did, what a strange argument. Obviously, I would prefer the contents of the armory remain with the Protectorate, but circumstances being what they are, perhaps you're right. We need more privacy before continuing this conversation. Go to the back of the building, and I shall meet you at the window of my cell. I'll be waiting.
You're thinking too small, Murph. I'd put money on the Protectorate stashing treasure inside. A whole pool of bits enough to swim in.
It's a constabulary, not a bank. And certainly not some kind of gold-filled swimming hole. Besides, these Protectorate lack imagination. Never had an original thought wasn't written down for them first. Like I told you before, it's probably just guns. I'd guess you're one such person.
You won't hear me complaining about the benefits of superior firepower. Say, how do you feel about explosives? We've tried everything short of skipping a ship through that door to get inside. Though, come to think of it, maybe that's not such a bad idea. How would Are you funning me right now?
Ain't got nobody to blame but yourself there, Kemp. Propose stupid plans, get stupid questions.
Fine. Skip drives out. Say, maybe we could commandeer one of them tractors out in the field instead. Oh, that could plow through the door.
In case you haven't noticed, we're in the middle of a war. And hard to say whether we're winning or not. Better question is why no one else is treating this like a top priority. In any siege, advantage goes to the defenders. Right now, the Protectorate still has control of the bridge to the Vox station. That station is the key to taking Paradise Island. When Officer Carr ever gets the go-ahead, we need to be ready.
Why do you want to know? What are you, some kind of spy?
Back down, Trooper. I'm sure our friend here is just curious. Still haven't gotten orders to, I suppose. Only person besides Carr who might know more is Commander Torres out at the forward operating base. Right. With all our new trainees, we've got the numbers. But bodies won't mean diddly without the weapons and equipment hopefully inside that armory.
If there are any weapons at all, I still say it's treasure. This is Eden after all.
You've made your case, Kemp. I'm more interested in hearing the opinion of our new friend here. What do you suppose is in there?
I don't smell anything, but could be the room's airtight. Grim way to go if that's the situation.
I don't see it mattering much either way. That door is sealed tighter than a salt tuna can. Nobody's getting through anytime soon. You sound like you've got something percolating. Helpful.
Guess we gotta start afresh. Can we untable that tractor meets door idea now?
Never catch a break. Finally find a way to get ahead, and this happens.
Whoa! How in the blazes did you get in there?
Appreciate your help. These weapons are gonna save lives. On our side, anyway.
Guns after all. Most of these irons look pretty old-fashioned, too. A bit lackluster, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's real sad how our trainees will have the armaments to defend us now. I swear, Kemp, sometimes I wonder about you. And of course, we have you to thank. That sure was an impressive display of ingenuity and forward thinking.
What do you think, Murph? Guess we could make this some kind of tax write-off.
If anyone asks, you're a professional we hired through the proper channels. Definitely not some nobody drifted in from the Aether. Understood? Good.
You're thinking too small, Murph. I'd put money on the Protectorate stashing treasure inside.
It's a constabulary, not a bank. Besides, these Protectorate lack imagination. Never had an original thought wasn't written down for. I'd guess you're one such person.
You won't hear me. We've tried everything short of skipping it. How would I... Are you funny?
Ain't got nobody to blame but.
Fine. Skip drives out. Say, maybe we could commandeer one of them tractors out in the field instead. That could...
In case you haven't noticed, we're in the middle of a war. And hard to say whether we're winning or not. In any seat, when Officer Carr ever gets the go-ahead, we need to
Why do you want to know?
back down. Still haven't gotten orders to, I suppose. Only person besides Carr who might know more is Commander Torres out at the forward operating base. Right.
If there...
You've made your case, Kemp. I'm more I don't see it mattering much either way. That door is sealed tighter than a Saltuna can. You sound like you've got something percolating. Helpful.
Guess we gotta start...
10% of your daily chemicals and preservatives.
Finally find a way to get ahead. This happens.
We should be able to speak freely here without the risk of being overheard. There is an entrance on the roof by which you may gain ingress. Had these two dolts bothered to do even the most cursory inspection, they'd have found it. I leave that to you to discover. Be grateful I offered you this much. That is all I have for you. I must recuse myself now, lest I draw undue attention and be subjected to another lecture on the benefits of the free market. Goodbye, and pray we never meet outside this constabulary. I will, of course, be required by duty to meet you as an adversary under such circumstances.
Did you get in there?
Appreciate your help. These weapons are gonna save lives. On our side, anyway.
Huh. Guns after all. Most of these irons look pretty old-fashioned, too. A bit lackluster, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's real sad how our trainees will have the armaments to defend us now. I swear, Kemp, sometimes I wonder about you. And of course, we have you to thank. That sure was an impressive display of ingenuity and forward thinking.
What do you think, Murph? Guess we could make this some kind of tax write-off.
If anyone asks, you're a professional we hired through the proper channels. Definitely not some nobody drifted in from the aether. Understood? Good.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? Has nothing to do with my current and very temporary shortage of funds.
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well, guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like? Well, if it isn't a new face in Fairfield. What I meant to say is that we now have the new improved Purple Berry Crunch. Now with 10% more flavor. Or was it crunch? Now, there's a stumper. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure. Volume, maybe? Breakability? Really feel like I should know this. Anyway, let's try this again. Welcome to More Perfect Goods, a proud Auntie's Choice franchise. How can I improve your day? I've been working the store going on a few weeks now. Got promoted shortly after Auntie's Choice liberated Fairfield. Still finding my stride with all the marketing suavities, as you witnessed. Advertising's been a right struggle to get a hold of, much to my chagrin. Well, advertising is an essential part of my business. But I haven't got any new products to advertise. Just the same stock I had yesterday. And the day before that. According to the guide, in situations such as this, I'm to consult my marketing department for new copy. Except I don't have one of those either. I didn't want to seem discourteous by asking. I still sometimes forget this isn't the Protectorate. Maybe I will put in the request. That'll sure show some initiative. Thanks for all your help. Now, is there anything I can do for you? I'm sure you'll find something that'll fit your liking.
How about I do my job and you do whatever it is you do?
Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No, Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's Choice business is like to get a body shot for spying. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now, hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs? Not quite what I meant, but I like your contempt for boundaries. I could put your adventurous spirit to good use. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
With that hat? Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips? Do you mean the Vox Relay? That's a big tower. You do? Well, listen carefully. If you help me with what I want, I can get you into the Vox. Or all the socks you need. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed. Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing, but for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst. Protectorate subjects willingly submit themselves to a kind of mental reset designed to bring them closer to the Protectorate ideal. But I have reason to believe that their system is less rigid than Protectorate leadership would claim. It's ripe for exploitation. Is there a more beautiful phrase? Grafted soldiers were the subjects of the Enhanced Soldier Program, so named as its intent was to utilize nature to enhance a soldier's natural talents. Unfortunately, the program resulted in many casualties, and what few successes we had were, literally short-lived. I may be a motivator of persons, but I'm also something of a realist. Our grafted soldiers are capable at their apex, but many degrade before accomplishing themselves. I chose Trooper Sealong to grant her the opportunity to be of use, but the grafting program was shuttered with good reason. Best to be thorough. Yes, one additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me. Though that is a bridge most worth burning, in my estimate. Greetings again. You have my undivided attention. What's on your mind? I've some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure.
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spacer's Choice couldn't outmaneuver her.
Didn't catch a look at your uniform before. Oh, the reaching arm of the Earth Directorate, wagging its fingers and snagging our pocketbooks. Hope you won't be a problem. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, head of aggressive acquisitions and persons elimination on Paradise Island. Let no one say I can't be official when circumstances merit. Now, not to say I question the presence of a wayward sightseer in the midst of a war-torn waste, but it might be safer for us both if I knew your purpose. The Vox, eh? Bent on bloody self-destruction, I could just have my troops dispatch you, save you the effort. Although if you were keen on continuing to draw breath, perhaps you and I could broker a deal. There are Protectorate vitals need bled. You could do the bleeding. This fine settlement is Fairfield. Once in the Protectorate's grasping claws, now Auntie's newest foothold on Paradise Island. When we arrived, it was thick with yaysayers, a hair's breadth away from sacrificing themselves to their old masters. Now they've seen the golden glow of the free market. Entertaining as it is to root out dozens of entrenched, suicidally murderous subjects, I'd take the efficiency of capitulation any day. Only thing not suspicious in this life is when a body points a gun at you. You can rest assured I don't expect these turncoats are as true as their word. We keep them away from heavy machinery and weapons, and we make them earn their keep. Through that, any who ain't truly converted will learn, sooner or later. Unusual refers to every turncoat and is not a halfway strong enough phrase. Try gormless cretins who can not so much as wipe their running noses without begging permission. Don't know if there's a DeVries here, not my department. Milver Street befriends the ex-subjects, keeps tabs on them. Ask him. Why are you looking for them? Who are they to you? And I'd prefer not to be shackled to a doddering peace hound. Don't give me information if you like, but don't expect my help neither. I want the Protectorate war effort exsanguinated. You want into the Vox Relay. You help me, I help you. There's a particular holding we shelled early in the war, name of Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center. Deserves a raising for the length of its blasted name alone. My scouts report recent Protectorate attempts to bring it back to functioning. I need the place sabotaged, lest Automechs return to aid the Protectorate war effort in droves. Should note, the ministers like to take our working together as a personal affront. Aid me, and I suspect he'll rescind any offer he may have made to you. Do you suggest that our good minister has lost patience with playing fair and now seeks to delve into the oily recesses of brainwashing? Oh, for shame. He's devoted to his half measures. I'll give him that. But he wouldn't have to wheedle and connive if he knew directness. Milver Street's grinning manipulation won't earn nothing but more of our own dead. Work with me. Certainly could. I wouldn't shed a tear on behalf of those drones, but the Protectorate is used to losing its people, and there'd no doubt be a replacement crew in a week's time. The repair center itself needs to be permanently put out of commission. Anything else is temporary. Could be direct. Feign that you're an assistant of some kind, though you'd have to have some know-how regarding engineering. But a simpler path would be paying a visit to the Ministry of Accuracy, liberating some credentials. Yaysayers ain't capable of suspecting a piece of paper. Competence recognizes competence. Get into that facility and make certain it won't ever function again. I look forward to hearing your results.
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you. That must be the greenhouse. You know, one where that Emmeline is supposed to be moving stolen goods.
which is what I call it. That hologram was our flag planted in the soil of conquered lands.
And that's a good thing.
But that symbol is our pride, our identity. How can you wage a war if you don't even have a logo?
Of corrosion. Exhaust manifold still warm. Come on, baby. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong. You just stopping by to admire the mines, or is there something I can help you with? See this system here? It deploys extreme countermeasures against overhead attacks in the form of aerial explosives, oft referred to as sky mines by those who prefer brevity. However, the whole thing is currently non-operational. Some problem with the lifting mechanism. No lift means no sky mines. No sky mines means the enemy can blow in like a bad sail, and we'll all be passing in our bits before you can say, "Gee, nice weather we're having today." Not unless your talent for interruption matches your knowledge of lifting mechanisms? Like it's that easy, huh? All right, let's see you try then. I was being sarcastic, you ninny. I wouldn't trust you near a macrowave, let alone a system capable of deploying incendiary devices. Go do something that's not being in my way. Look at a cloud. Touch some grass. Imagine that'll keep you safely occupied a while. All right, baby. It's just me and you again. Now, how's about we figure out what's wrong?
Flying around about the rifts. The lab coats can't figure them out. Some people worship them. They're becoming unstable. What if they swallow us up?
Rifts are no cause for concern. They're simply part of the paradigm.
You say that about everything. You can be honest with me. Tell me how you really feel.
The rifts, I can't.
Say no more. I get it. I'm scared too.
simply not credulous enough to accept this is where I've ended up. Doing the work of at least 3 lackeys. Or a full half-dozen automechs. I'd welcome you, would-be consumer, but we are not a retail operation. Please visit the various consumer locations around Fairfield for all your purchasing needs. I have far too many claims on my time to be able to cater to the curious at the moment. I was meant to have help, but they lacked the barest amount of gray matter it takes to keep from getting locked up by excessive corporate malfeasance. So, I'm on my own here. Breaking my back, trying to buttress all these vines on top of all my other jobs. Oh, the bits I wouldn't pay for some of those mechs the Protectorate used to work this place. So, is there anything else, or can I get back to work? What? No, that's... I was just being sardonic. It's my way of saying, I'm so tired, it feels like I've got 50 jobs. You read my terminal? How embarrassing. The compliance adjusters broke the door lock when they arrested my predecessor, and I haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. Not that I thought anyone had come snooping. I'd made careful arrangements to tie up everyone's loose ends. Everyone except you, it seems. So, why are you so interested in my other work? You're not part of compliance. Because Auntie's Choice expects you to forge a path that's ambitious and self-deterministic, but not so much so that it disrupts other folks' ambition and self-determinism. Blah. I can't even fathom Auntie's economy if every eager go-getter operating on the gray edge of strictly legal suddenly closed up shop. Our whole society would fall to ruins. You know, I've been looking for some backfills with the kind of cleverness usually only found on the seedy lower decks of the claim. Feel like making a few bits? It's Auntie's flagship, where all the best movers, shakers, and up-and-coming ne'er-do-wells hone their killer instincts. Work for me and you may see it someday. Interested? I'm part of Sub Rosa. We're a group of merchants, information brokers, and commodity traders who deal outside the systems most folk are confined by. We're the best way to get things done in anti-space if you're looking for profit. Want to buy it, sell it, move it? We've got someone to do it for you. Pah, they were rubes, nitwits. Dolts so lacking in faculties that they couldn't handle the minuscule, and by that I mean damn tiny, amount of discretion this job requires. They had to be dealt with so we could all get back to work. And now that I'm here, things will be running right smoothly. So, long as your brain pan's filled with more than a half-dead sprat spinning on a rusty wheel, I absolutely guarantee this is a no-risk venture. Well, isn't that just wonderful? I had no suspicion when you walked through my door that you'd help resolve the last of the morass Paradise Island has become for us. And all we need you to do is access Quartermaster Cardosa's terminal and scrub any Spectrum vodka from her ledgers. It's already been resold, so having it in her system could become problematic. Expunge it, and I get you some bits, and the friendship of Sub Rosa all over the system. You get me? It'll probably be nothing. She's just a sergeant, not someone who has any real pull. And I've already made arrangements with everyone who matters. So, if she catches you, about the worst she can do is a switch on the rest. Because we are the black market in Arcadia. Odds are, at some point, you're going to need something you just can't get legally. Then you'll be thrilled we're associated. Sub Rosa feeds that appetite to not just survive, but to thrive. And that's taking all of us places. We're more than simple opportunists. We are opportunistically driven. Trust me, for both short-term benefits and long-term prospects, you want to be our friend. And I'll be waiting here with your bits.
This paradigm thing you people are always going on about, does it really improve your life?
Oh, yes. The Paradigm Reserve supplies all we deserve.
I wonder if it would help me. Is it available in extra strength?
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just Taro excrement. Heavens, Auntie, you scared the living daylights out of me. Shouldn't sneak up on a man like that. Good way to earn a bullet betwixt the eyes. You know, you might be right. I'm reliably certain I do not want to find out. Guess I should apologize for all that hullabaloo before. Just mistook you for another unfleshly manifestation. Sure as I am, there's a fine tale to be told there. I've got one of my own to share with a more pressing need to address. It all started the other night. Saw a personage leaving the greenhouse late. Figured it for Emily, but when I asked her about it, she didn't know what I was talking about. Happened again the next night. Gave chase that time, but lost him hereabouts. I turned a corner and they'd up and vanished. Or maybe this entity only had the strength to manifest but briefly on this mortal coil. Communication would have proven too difficult for a being of pure information. Well, maybe. I still don't know all the particulars yet, but it's one theory. I certainly won't say no to having a fresh set of lamps on the scene. Just be careful. Hate to see you disappeared like that foodstuffs.
suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. Though what an odd thing to die for. Apples. I forget. You invaders are not raised on the same diet of knowledge as we in the Protectorate. How small your uneducated mind must be, trapped in worthless superstition. Your emotional well-being is the least of my concerns right now. Of course, I know why you're really here. You have come to exact retribution for our larceny at your greenhouse. The greenhouse's stolen bounty offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on 1 or 2 forays. I am merely quivering with rage over this insulting interrogation, and that scent you so subtly pointed out is the aroma of noble effort. Foreign to you, I'm sure.
Thought I saw you disappear in here. Oh. Seems I've stumbled into quite the shindig. You lot been hiding out in here all this time? Touch cramped, ain't it?
The more I listen to you invaders blathering, the more convinced I become of the need to rid our fair island of your wretched stupidity by any means necessary.
Not very copacetic, are you folks?
If this exchange is not to your liking, I can accommodate you with a bullet instead. And if I deny your assessment? Ordinarily, I would feel confident about having the superior number. But as you pointed out, our condition is rather deleterious at the moment. Very well. With so many invaders yet to slay, I would be remiss to relinquish our lives in such an unworthy duel. We surrender. For now.
That was some slick talking. Can't believe you got them to surrender without firing a shot. I thought for sure we'd have to blast our way out of here. Guess I had this mystery all wrong. Small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright foolish. I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish. I appreciate that. Never really talked about the direction of my thoughts on this topic with no one before. Wow, it's like I'm lighter. Thank you for everything. Truly.
How many other Protectorate loyalists do you suppose are embedded in Fairfield? Let that thought haunt you.
Haven't you done enough harm? Spare me your falsities.
Injuries detected. Please seek medical assistance prior to loss of consciousness. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Paradise Island is a sparsely populated landmass located off the west coast of Eden's primary continent. The island is host to idyllic coastlines, verdant flora, and extremely hostile Protectorate garrisons. Plan your visit accordingly.
Being this close to DeVries, feels like we're finally on track to set the universe aright. Anyway, need something, Commander? has some cheek putting the Earth Directorate symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it. Though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientist. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking? When it results in a bunch of innocent folk getting maimed or murdered? Yeah, I call that pretty squarely evil. How can you be so even-tempered about this? I know you didn't know her like I did. Like I thought I did, but she betrayed us. She killed our friends, Commander. Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangulum, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy. We all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us. Reckon so. Some might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangulum. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers. Ain't cynical if it turns out true. DeVries was willing to sacrifice us. I have to know what for. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic, real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks. Used to think they were good people trying to do right by their beliefs. But if they put the idea in DeVries' head to leave us for dead, it might be time I reassess that opinion. I don't take issue with folks clinging to whatever keeps them afloat. Math, science, the grand architect, void, even capital. I know how most colonies run. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue. No, didn't even know DeVries was alive until she brought the satellite down. Until then, what kept me going was mostly training and stubbornness. And Val. But to your point, holding someone who's wronged you accountable for their actions ain't an act of vengeance. Some might call it justice. Whatever name we put to it, it'll feel damn good, all the same. Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's gotta be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly-like.
Gonna need a bigger storeroom for all these orders. Let me guess. Gun keeps jamming, armor don't quite fit snug as you like? State your division and I'll get you outfitted, quick and proper, or your next provision's free. We ought to find you a new war bonnet first off. Just a little something to prevent more damage to your slivered upper story. I'm sure I have something here. As Chief Replenishment Officer, it's my privileged duty to furnish our brave troops with all of their wartime essentials. You could say I put the ration in liberation. Tell me what you need, and I'll do my ample best to supply you. No one here but you, me, and several tons of well-oiled machinery. What's this about? Now there's an odd request. If you've got queries about my stock, I'm sure I can answer them for you. Wait one rat-gone moment. Did Ms. Galloway put you up to this? She asked me for terminal access not even a fortnight ago. I'd call it coincidence if it didn't feel so much like conspiracy. I can't for the life of me adduce a reason as to why a greenhouse manager would be interested in military inventory. What kind of plants are we growing in there? All the while, I thought they were growing healthy little comestibles. They were planting the seeds for psychological warfare. Literally. Shows what I know. All right. Ms. Galloway can have access, but only because I believe in not biting the hand that feeds, or in this case, grows. Keycard to access the terminals, right here on the boxes beside me. Feel free to nab it.
Target, not on the ground, recruits.
Pulverizing them suffice? No, I could liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled. I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. He will protect our fair town from his feral brethren in the wilds. Theoretically. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to train the Raptidons to, maul on command. It's rather pressing, and alas, one scientist turned tamer can only do so much. One might say I'm perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort, and with avoiding Carr and the minister's would-be fisticuffs. If you too have spotted the chasm between them, I fear the Protectorate have already pinpointed the way with which to exploit it. I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The Protectorate leadership never behaved in such a manner. Because I was Protectorate. Once. I defected to Antes the second I could. But that's not the point of this conversation. Not when our leaders cannot reach an accord. One wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to secure a decisive victory with weaponry and technology. As for which approach is best, I wish I knew. Very well. I ought to focus more on my work than on social tensions anyhow. I work directly with Officer Carr and her soldiers to ensure they're outfitted with the best Raptidon counterparts Paradise Island can provide. In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild Raptidons. It's most agreeable. Trust me, they are safer here than out in the wilds. I have been reprimanded thrice now for undue pampering. I would not be here if this experiment was still causing needless suffering. Well, I was a subject once. Despite my talents, the plan dictated that I should be relegated to programming cleaning mechs. Bah. But then, Auntie's Choice came along and offered to transform our lives for the better. I chose to accept, and look where I am today. Over the last year, I have climbed the rungs of my division through the sheer merit of my work. I have finally earned the respect I was always due. Poor things. They either fought to the last or chose to flee. It's regrettable, but some folk just aren't ready to embrace change. All they knew was being told how to live. They couldn't imagine any other way. Ask any of the other Protectorate subjects who converted, and they'd echo my words. When one can allow their ambitions to show, that is true freedom. Why do you assume I had anyone I could consider as such? My parents returned to the void long ago. No siblings, no children. I am the sole bearer of my name. As for friends, few cared for a janitor who talked to herself and preferred her books to praising the sovereign. Couldn't possibly understand what it's like to be seen as nothing. Then finally be afforded the opportunity to prove your worth. In any case, I do hope I've satisfied your curiosity. The war effort and liberating the rest of the Protectorate waits for no one, you understand? Hello again. Remember not to move too swiftly if Copernicus lunges. Oh, how he does like to test the reflexes of others. What can I do for you?
There's incessant jingles over the loudspeakers. Do they ever cease?
Nope. You probably hear them in your dreams. if you haven't already.
Your upper story must be more damaged than this launcher if you're back tugging on my ear again. I'm here to do a job, not make friends. Maybe I'd feel differently if so many people's lives didn't depend on me fixing this system. But no use moaning over what ain't. If only I hadn't misplaced my repair manual last week. This would have been a cinch. You did. That'd be the first thing that's gone right today. All right, let's see it. Well, you certainly sound confident in your powers of retention. I'll be over there if you need me. Way over there. Should clear the blast radius at that distance. All right, so you got her working. Bully for you. No, sorry, you're right. You did me, and all of Fairfield, a good turn here. Just thought I'd feel more relieved when the launcher was working again. There's just this weight in my chest won't loosen. Worry gunking up my inner workings. Protectorate could launch an attack from that Vox station anytime. What if the mines aren't enough? Why do you think I was so twisted up about the launcher? I know I can be brusque. The word unpleasant's also been bandied about before. Yeah, I'm a real piece of work. Maybe that's why we worked well together. Here, managed to cobble some frags together from a damaged mine earlier. Who knows? Might get you out of a pinch one of these days. And seeing how expertly you worked, you may as well take this armor modification too. I'm sure you'll have an easier time installing it than I would.
Paradigm of yours, or sovereign, or whatever. Does it really provide everything you want?
We are provided everything we need, not everything we want.
There's a difference?
You need what you need, but you don't need what you want. I suppose it's a subtle distinction.
Trust me, I need my Auntie's Choice Sprat Crisps. No way you can eat just 100.
Hello again. You get that inventory issue sorted? How grand. That officially mops up the last of the mess from the buffoons that came before me. And, as promised, my good fortune is also your good fortune. And while this might be a tad fewer bits than you were hoping for, remember, you've also made allies that you'll find all across Arcadia. Just keep watching for paintings of a stylish yellow rose with a split black circle near the middle. Like the one you passed on your way in. Find that rose, and you find Sub Rosa.